welcome to Homesmine. Well, they do say God is in the detail, and you don't get much more detail than the Duomo here in Florence. Let's have a look why everybody falls in love with Tuscany. I'm looking at the first exciting stages of a beautifully positioned mill conversion, being pampered at a local thermal spa, exploring a Liberty Villa, and a sprawling estate in the Tuscan hills. This area is absolutely crammed with world-class history and amazing scenery. And you know, I think if we filmed all day, we wouldn't do it justice. So here are just a few highlights. With its rolling green hills, Renaissance art and rustic cuisine, Italy's Tuscan region certainly lives up to very high expectations. It's sparsely populated and one of the most beautiful and productive regions of Italy. Popular for international business investment and overseas property buyers, Tuscany has a lot to offer to European investors. Florence, a World Heritage Site, beats to a cultural drum and boasts more world-class art than many countries. Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, the list is endless and very much on show as you wander around the capital's winding streets. Also on show are the Florentine fashionistas. Dressed head to toe in Italy's world-class designers, Florence means just one thing: style, both past and present. When it's time to rest those Gucci-clad feet, sit down to a simple Tuscan meal of fresh pasta in a family-run trattoria, or treat yourself to a gourmet dinner in one of the city's designer restaurants. Away from the hustle and bustle, laid-back rural charm is the order of the day. Hilltop villas, scenic vineyards and alpine pastures all contribute to the area's breathtaking natural beauty. After all, this is Chianti countryside. To the west of the region is Pisa and its world-famous Leaning Tower. Set within one of Europe's prettiest squares, the tourists flock to the famous building, and the town retains its medieval appearance and has some wonderful historic monuments. Both Florence and Pisa have airports with major connections, and both are within easy driving distance of Tuscany's attractions. If you're on a quest for culture but also crave a tranquil countryside setting with hearty home-cooked meals, Tuscany cannot fail to deliver. Well, it's time to take a look at our first property, but no, it isn't this one. It's a restored Liberty Villa in the Luca region. Let's go and take a look. Involved with the property market in Tuscany, Barry?
Oh dear. I hate to tell you, but yeah, it's well over 30 years now. Yeah.
And your involvement with this project is that you're marketing it to the...
I'm marketing it in the UK and Ireland, yes.
So tell me a little bit more about the properties.
Well, this particular property, well, this is a lovely old, what they call Liberty Villa, and Liberty Villas are quite famous in this area in Luca. And the developer has turned it into the main villa here into 8 apartments. And behind us we have the coach house, which is a further 6 apartments. And prices are from 200,000 euros up to 450,000 euros, depending on the size.
And can you choose what finishes you have, etc.? Because I noticed obviously in the kitchen isn't finished. And
the kitchens in Italy, they never come finished. In fact, it's unusual to have a separate kitchen. That's quite unusual. You can have just a kitchen corner. But that's a separate kitchen. No, it never comes with kitchen furniture.
So you choose what you want.
You choose what you want, absolutely.
And do all the apartments have these beautiful views? Absolutely amazing. Every single window you look out.
Well, the ones on the ground level don't quite see the mountains the same.
You have a gorgeous garden.
You have a gorgeous garden, yeah, that's right, yeah. But yeah, the views are stupendous.
And are they all very different, the apartments?
The top ones here have these original features of the rafters. That doesn't happen below us. But the ones at the bottom, they have very high ceilings. They're certainly impressive.
Well, let's go and take a peek at another one.
Great, come on.
Apartment is full of character.
It is, isn't it? It's fantastic.
And what are the tiles over?
That's from when it used to be a hayloft and it's been restored, and that's one of the original features. And It's nice because you're not allowed to water it. It's got a preservation order on it.
That's part of the fabric and the magic of the
part
building.
Of Tuscany.
And you've got these great double doors anyway. This view, let's take a look. Well, I think you could just bring me a bottle of Chianti and leave me here.
Make it two.
Whereabouts in the region are we? Where is this development?
You're in a fabulous position here because you're just 6 kilometres from the beautiful walled city of Luca. You're 60 kilometres from Florence. You're 24 kilometres from the sea, the famous beaches of Sicilia. And you're about 45 minutes from Pisa Airport.
In the heart of everything. The heart of... Is this...
This is northern Tuscany. You're in the heart of northern Tuscany. And also, within a 45-minute drive of here, you've actually got a ski resort as well.
So you've got the beaches and
the
skiing
beaches
in the
as well,
winter.
everything.
It is literally everything on your doorstep. And what a lovely view from this balcony. Well, I'm here in Baths of Luca, and behind me is the casino, which has just had its licence restored. This is going to bring a huge amount of investment back to the area. All good news. And talking of the area, let's take a closer look. Tuscany is a diverse region with inland bustling towns, pretty rural villages and sprawling seaside resorts. Lucca is often known as the Jewel of Tuscany. Protected by a 4-kilometre wall, it's the biggest town in the province of the same name. There are many richly built medieval basilica-formed churches, a few as old as the 8th century. For just a few euros, you can climb one of the 2 highest bell towers to look out on the town or see the shadow of the Apennines in the distance. Favoured by the quieter kind of visitor, Lucca contrasts with the mayhem of Florence, and it's far better to ditch your map in favour of following your nose to sniff out the local bakeries. Better still, hire a bike, just like the locals. Renowned for its yachts, Via Reggio is the main centre of the northern Tuscan Riviera, known as Visalia, and the second largest city within the province. It's a fabulous seaside resort, as well as being the home of the famous carnival, and the promenade is a great place for an evening stroll or a spot of people watching. Forte de Marme has long been the summer destination for the rich and the well-connected. Private beach clubs edge the coast, and with its pristine boutique-lined pavements, it really doesn't get much more exclusive than this. Baths of Luca has been known for its thermal springs since the Etruscan and the Roman ages. This unique attraction brings plenty of tourists who are after some much-needed rest and recuperation. So here we are on Lucca's famous bridge. Now, folklore tells that in exchange for help to build a bridge, the builder bartered a soul for the devil's construction skills. But the builder betrayed the deal, sending a pig over first. Well, the devil was furious and kicked the bridge so hard he created this remarkable arch. And from one piece of heritage to another, we're heading over to our converted mill where Barry is going to show us round. Hello again, Barry.
Hi, Sian.
So this is fairly spectacular.
Certainly is, I think so. It's Il Mulino, which means the old mill, and it used to be a paper mill. It's still under construction. There's a lot of work going on, but shall we...
Are we allowed? I'd love to.
Yeah.
Come on. So those will be apartments in there, and those at the front.
That's
and then
right.
what's all this? This is going to be
we're
built
going to have
on?
a lift shaft there as well, and as well as the other lift sharing that building there.
These windows are just beautiful.
They are, aren't they? And it's a historic building, and it's under the preservation of the Belle Arte, so they can't change these windows. This is how they remain this size.
Quite right too. And the great thing about buying at this stage is, of course, you can chop and change your mind. Can you do that on site?
Within limits, yes, of course you can. I mean, for example, in this one here, the buys here, because you've got, about 6 metre ceiling, you can put a mezzanine in here. And I understand they would like to put a smoke glass window up there, so these sort of things, can still be done.
It's just about customising the apartment to what you want.
That's
and
right.
I guess with the type of renovation, restoration that it is, all the apartments are very different, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. You've got different levels of ceilings, some have got terraces, so they're very different.
So whatever you want, you can pick.
That's right.
I love the way they leave the underside of the terracotta exposed. You don't need the insulation like you do back home in the UK. That isn't the original roof though, is it?
No, that isn't. That's new. These beams are new. But these darker beams, they are from the original, the mill when it was first.
All retained to keep
all
the
that
character.
time ago, yeah.
You really are in the most spectacular of settings, aren't you, next to this river?
Aren't we just? It really is beautiful. In fact, we can go down there now and have a look.
Excellent.
Okay.
You really get a feel for the vantage point, the position of the mill from here.
Just. And, you know, we're only 23 kilometres from Luca, but we've got a village either side of us. 5-minute walk either side from the mill, you come to the villages. There's a choice of 8 restaurants, there's tennis courts, there's supermarkets, there's everything you can need. And we even boast a Lido with 3 swimming pools.
That's the public baths,
That's
isn't
the public baths,
So do you get your own pool as well, or a pool for the development?
Oh, there's a private pool for the development going down there.
So how many apartments do you have on the development?
In total, there's 44. We've sold 18 of those. Prices vary from €120,000 up to €250,000.
Now, you know Tuscany, that's comparable and it's good value, is it, for this area?
Very good value. This is northern Tuscany, somewhere special. It's good value.
Well, this has been such an interesting project to have a look at. I'll definitely look forward to seeing you again for the next one.
I look forward to seeing you.
How gorgeous was that converted mill on the river? Well, I've come down to another great location, Blue Beach at Pietrasanta, to have a chat with Nick the lawyer about the conference which is going to take place for all the buyers who've come over to visit their investment. So Nick, talk me through the reason for the conference.
Well, I think this kind of global financial scenario, it's a good way to inspire confidence in the buyers, and they also find it a nice way to get to know the other investors, the one who would be their neighbors in the future.
It's a huge decision, isn't it, for people to buy abroad, so I think it must be a very good way to meet the developer and all the people involved. Who else is going to be involved in the conference?
Yeah, absolutely. It's a very good way to know exactly, to give a face to the players of a foreign investment, which are, one of the most important is the insurance company.
So if anything goes wrong, there's a guarantee that they'll get that money back, the deposit?
Oh yeah, the guarantee is a legal requirement. So if the vendor goes bankrupt, let's say, there's this third subject. It's an insurance company regulated by the Bank of Italy who would cover the deposit in full.
Now, you're the lawyer, not for the developer, you represent the clients,
Absolutely,
don't you?
yeah. I represent the investors who decided to buy in Tuscany, and I'm dealing with the developer, with the insurance company, and with the architect and all the other parties on the other side.
I was surfing the net and I saw the old mill, and I just couldn't believe not only the look of the property, but I thought, this is exactly where I want to go. This is exactly the place. I love Siena, I love Florence, I love Chianti, San Gimignano. No, I love them all, I love Tuscany. But I just thought there was something very special about this particular area because of the resemblance it has to parts of Ireland.
Do you think when people come, if people come, they instantly fall in love with it?
I think so. I think you couldn't not. There it was in the middle of Tuscany, in the middle of everything I've ever dreamt about, and you're getting the weather, the guarantee of the good weather, and yet it's not as horrifically hot as I think you get in Spain.
So how many times will you come out and visit when your flat is finished?
Well, I'm a teacher. So I'm sort of, I do have the summer off and I do have the odd weekend and midterm and stuff. So I'll probably come out as often as I can. But I think I'll probably allow a lot of my friends and family and stuff to come on out and see it too, So I think a lot, but there'll be a load of people who want to come out as well, you know.
I'm absolutely sold, Dolores.
I tell you, it is fabulous. And then, of course, you have Baths of Luca, and so you also have the health aspect of it, and the waters and the spa, and, you know, I mean, what's not to like?
Well, thanks for telling us all about it.
Oh, it was absolutely my pleasure. I loved every minute of it. In fact, I've sold myself all over again. Thank you.
There is a lot of financial investment in the Baths of Luca area at the minute, isn't there?
Yeah, during the conference there will be also a representative, let's say, of the council, the local government, a lawyer who is a legal consultant of the Council of Baths of Luca, to talk also about the opening of the casino, which is the oldest casino in Italy, and to talk also about the money that the government of the region Tuscany is putting in Baths of Luca to reopen all the spas that have been that used to be in Baths of Luca over the past centuries.
Which must just be music to the ears of the investors to hear that all this is.
Yeah, that's amazing, because it was absolutely unexpected 2 years ago when they first started thinking about this investment, and now they are sitting basically on this piece of investment that already one of them thinks, perhaps already is worth something more.
But even now, buyers who are sort of looking to invest it's still very early days for Baths of Luca, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. There are still units available. There are still other investments. Definitely, the council is wishing that more investors will come in the area, and that the area will get the kind of tourist attraction that deserves.
Well, the casino's back, and it looks like Baths of Luca is a surefire bet. Thanks for chatting with us, Nick.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
So I've seen and heard all about the development, and it's in a place called Baths of Luca. Now this means the Baths of Luca. It's about thermal spas and restoration. So it's time to get a little bit muddy. So Ida, tell me a little bit more about the Baths of Luca, the Baths of Luca.
Baths of Luca is new for the therapeutic virtues of its water, and they date back to the medieval time. They have been restored in the 18th century, at the time when they became very popular all around Europe. English poets such as Shelley, Byron, Keats were here and stayed here and wrote about the beauty of the place and, of course, of the water. The water is at 54 degrees, so it's very hot. And then from the grotto, the water goes to the other departments of the spa. But inside, the temperature goes to 45, 47 degrees.
So can you go and sit inside the grottos?
Yeah, of course. You can stay there not more than 20 minutes because the temperature is very high, and it's a sort of a proper steam bath. So we like people having the grotto as the first step, which follows all the other treatments which comes after, because it prepares the skin to receive anything, and it's like a natural peeling. So it's really good for your skin.
So it's very healthy.
Yeah, very healthy.
I mean, we're here to look at property in the area, so it would be amazing to buy a property and have this on your doorstep.
Yeah, because you can use the spa whenever you like. So you could have treatments with chestnut, with olive oil, to restore your body, to purify your skin. So it's really nice.
Well, I've had a busy day, so I think I need a bit of restoration of my body, and I'm going to have a treatment. I look forward to that. Now, we've explored lots of Tuscany already, but we have saved something. A villa high in the hills of Luca with its own olive grove set in 15 acres of land, and Barry is going to show us round. Hello again, Barry.
Hello, come in.
So what do you have to show us now?
Well, we've got quite an impressive property to show you this time. This is a magnificent villa in this parkland, and it sleeps 14 people.
Wow.
Let me show you around. And with a villa like this, we've got loads of space. I mean, we've even got our own little library here and study. It's, you know, it's for everyone.
So this is the main kitchen for the property?
Yeah, this is the kitchen.
And the style, is this the sort of style that people are looking for when they're buying in Tuscany?
Well, people look for different things in houses. This isn't a Tuscan rustic house, you know, with the beams. This house was built around about 1962.
So it's quite new?
It's quite new. But it's the flavour of a villa typical of this area. The most important thing about this property, we say it sleeps 14, it does comfortably, lots of bathrooms, and it's the space inside and out. It is for more than 14 people.
Well, it's a huge house on the ground floor. Should we have a look at one of the bedrooms?
Yeah, why not? Great.
This way?
Yeah, okay.
And another bedroom.
This is the master bedroom.
Now these are grounds.
It's like a park, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
You know, we've got 900 olive trees there. Would you believe that?
It's a lot of martinis.
It certainly is. And of course we've got the swimming pool, which is important to people coming to Tuscany. People who have a house, rent a house like this or buy a house, expect a swimming pool.
This property would be for rent or for sale at the minute?
Both, yes.
You can rent it, so...
Yeah. A decent house like this you pay to rent in the high season, which is called July and August, 5,000 or 6,000 euros a week.
So do you fancy buying a slice of the heritage at the old paper mill or any of the other properties we've shown you? I can certainly see why the investors fall in love with the lifestyle. And if you've fallen in love with it, you can watch us again at channelm.co.uk/homesmine, and I'll see you next time if I come home.